It's okay. Hi. Good morning. Shoncho Sancho Rinpoche. Mahi Bana Shijir Chiba Nyamba Meba. Kondi Kondon Pira Sho Sasan Dunga Chandra Chichen Chenya Son Mepon Sho Ajala. Senchen Tanda Nyurda Donche Na Tamba Namja. Nunta Tarda. So, please, to generate Bodhicitta. With Bodhicitta, we are studying also Bodhicittas. Very important. Arousing Bodhicitta, and it itself has the 3 sessions. And then it's like we are on the last session, training our mind with precepts of the Bodhicitta, which is aspiration Bodhicitta or application Bodhicitta. And we already studied in the relative Bodhicitta's point of view, aspiration Bodhicitta's precepts, meditate on equanimity or impartiality of the self and others, and also giving happiness to others and taking suffering on our shoulder. And then is our mind training with the others more important than yourself. This principle, these 3 aspects is the precepts of aspiration bodhicittas. And then is now is the application bodhicittas, and it is how many kind of the different type of the precepts. And this is like of course there is more like kind of the discipline of the Bodhicitta applications point of view. There is 18 categorizations, but to resume, and that is like kind of the included in all the precepts of the Bodhicitta applications into the 6 transcendent perfections. And now it's like we are studying first transcendent of the perfection. That is the generosity. And the generosity itself has the 3 aspects. Material generosities, the generosity of the Dharma or Dharma generosities, and the generosity of the protections. And today we are like kind of the generosity of the protection or giving protection from fears. From fear, any kind of fears, the fear of the samsaric fear, or it's like fear is there's many different type of the fear. Therefore, we can to save, or it's like kind of protect the mother sentient beings from any kind of the fear. Of course, we can to save them the fear of the samsara, to establish the state of the Buddhahood. Now he goes like this. this means. Actually doing whatever you can to help others in a difficulty. It includes, for instance, providing a refuge for those without any place of safety. That is the giving protect for the fears. The meaning of the actually giving protection from the fears. Whatever we do, the benefit for sentient beings, like kind of the generosities. That means it's physically or the verbally or mentally to help to the other sentient beings in the very difficult situations or the very difficult times. There is an example included, for instance, like if you are like kind of provide a refuge and like kind of the child take refuge in the parents, mother a refuge to their own child. And like this, all the sentient beings has fear and from the samsaric sufferings. They run towards to you, take refuge in you. You giving refuge to them. You say, a commitment. Take vows. Say, I won't give refuge, protect to you. And also sentient beings, when you take the Buddhist vows, of course, it's like when someone's taking the Buddhist vows, world, universal is shake. You change your name, the name of the Bodhisattva, and you change your meaning. And you are the reborn in the region or the family lineage of the Bodhisattvas. And like we can do example, for instance, ancient times, some Dharma king or precious king to queens, when they have child, so people happy. Why? Because these persons grow up, maybe it can protect to us, give necessities to us. Of course, in the modern times, it's not really, but also in the modern times, if someone's very compassionate, kind, intelligent, altruistic mind, like very much warm-hearted, we are very happy. We want to vote to this kind of people to put our leader, president. We try, we take refuge, we ask protector to us. In the temporary, in this life, something we need protections. And like this, then it's like if you take vows, engage, commitment to say, I will give refuge, I protect you. But if you don't, of course, we are cheating sentient beings. And that is the giving protect from the fear. But if you don't put effort, not practice, then it's cheating to the Bodhisattva, like conic to all your mother sentient beings or your families. And also those without any place of the safety. There's no protections, no shelter, no kind of the safety, like kind of the place. You protect without safety beings. You give safety. It is wonderful. That is like kind of you giving protection from the fear, and also giving protection to those without any protectors. Even they make joke, modern timers. And when we use any electronic things, how much we need protections. How many, even you buy bicycle, you need helmet, and some is like a glove or strong trousers, shoes. Many there is rules. These rules benefit for you. But that is quite really nice. If you buy a car, you would put fast seat. There's a fast bill. Fast seat belt. And you need insurance. You need blah blah blah. Many protections. If you ask why do I need, or you need protection, of course. We wandering into the beginningless until right now. How much we wandered, how many times we were born again and again in the samsara without protector. And we have such a fear for the samsara. Who take refuge? Who give refuge? Who give protections? Now we are take commitment or vows about the Bodhicitta compassion. Say, I want to give protection to those who is without any protectors. And also being with those who have no other companions. How many there is like kind of beings lonely, no companions, no family, no friend. All the time is lonely. And also feeling of the lonely. And according to our disturbed emotions, negative emotions, desire, attachment, anger, hatred, jealousy, so on, and making the isolated to ourselves. Anyway, also wherever we are wandering into the samsara, who can to make the companions? Most sentient beings, they need to alone traveling to the samsara. And we need give for them such a kindness companion. Now in the current our situations, you be someone's with your own companion, children, parents, partner, relative, friends. And you should to give very nice companion. Do not dispute, do not need to argue, and all the times to make disagreement. Then you make more problems. You are not give nice companion. If you really to practice Dharma, whoever be with you, we should to help. You kind of the giving companion to them. Whatever your families has wish, we choose to serve us. Very important. Most times we are very much selfish. When we have something wish to get from families, we smiley, kind of the calming way, tricky way. But what you want, you got it, then you are tikiri to them, not very kind, dispute, cheating, and criticize, very argue, aggressive, not really help. But when you need help, you are like kind of very much manipulatively. Don't do that. Be honest and to give as much as you can. Companion, fantastic, compassion companion, love companion, cheerful with companion, useful with the companion, helpful way to the companions. All the time is dispute, conflict, and it's like kind of the bossy and control, give advice. Not very nice, and that is not really Buddhist. Many peoples, they try to get some companions like Dharma practitioners. Someone says, my companion is really great Dharma practitioners. I hope this person's kindness, direct, truthful, and maybe it's like never ever to something harming to me. Totally trust. It is true. Absolutely. Some great practitioner of the Dharma and great practitioners Dharma, they have compassion. Of course, there are maybe not yet Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Sometimes they're angry, but they never kick out you from their mind. Give 100% guarantees. Any perspective, they all the time is to support to us. Then it's really Dharma practitioners. The ordinary sentient beings, ordinary way, without compassion, how much we make suffering the companions. And if we can't get our wish, selfish, foolish way, even we can to kill, destroy, get rid, give up, break down, cheating, very much to the others. This sort of. But of course, some in the families, yes, there are some aggressive, very much hot-tempered, but from the heart, they never ever give up you. Any perspective they can support to us. This is like kind of compassion's way. Therefore now we need to learn to practice. We give to another nice companions. Buddha taught that of all relative good actions, saving beings' life is the most beneficial. It is a truth. Buddha, he said, the most positive actions, it is someone's saving the beings from the slaughter place. Like kind of someone's killing animals, fish, birds, horse, sheep, human beings, any kind of someone's killing. Before you kill, you buy. You kind of the temporarily save to them. Like give lives free kind of this sort of. It's a really amazing kind of the good actions. For example, there is one Tibetan great master. Have you heard? Called the Shadar Sonji Dorji Shatar Rinpoche in Nepal. He never came to in Europe. He never almost traveled. All the time is in the retreat place in Nepal, in the holy place. He don't eat meat, and he's saving millions, trillions, like every year, fish, birds, animals from the slaughter place. And he is like kind of the more than the years, 100 something. He passed away more than 100 some like years. And still he's clearly mind. He says, until there I'm not much sick, strong guy. Because kind of the repayment of those sentient beings. I saved to them from the fear of the slaughter. They give me like kind of such a long life. It's the most I'm happy in my life. Very famous, wonderful. Most some lamas, dharma practitioners, they go to in the butcher place, slaughter place. They buy animals. They release them. In Asia, many there's activities. In here, it's not very much. But if you have a chance, even once, I did before, very funny things. When I go to in the like a butcher's areas, animals, I cannot to be there. You buy one, and others shouting, cries, you bought this? Me? Can you save me? Around millions those animals calling you. Save me, please. I'm going to die. Why you are partially, you saved some 100, 1,000. But you cannot buy all of them. You cannot make empty. Then it's like I'm all the time some order. Okay, someone go to there to choose to not like kind of the choosing any kind of like kind of automatically whatever you got it. It's just wonderful. This saving beings live is the most of the benefits from the slaughter place. And is referred particularly to such actions as forbidding hunting and fishing wherever you have the power to do so. It's true. Before I have one student in Denmark, one lady, she bought quite nice like kind of the properties. They surround, there is a lot of animals. And he bought and to make the wild place like kind of the moat or land. And then it's like going to go to the lawyer to make the legal paper. Nobody's cannot hunting theirs. Then it's those animals like very safely to move. Of course, they are inside disturbing each other sometimes. What can we do? But human beings, they are not really kind of hunting, killing. Like this, particularly to such actions, If you have your own like properties, you have power, maybe you can to stop the huntings. If you have lake, some river in your properties, to give law forbidden, nobody cannot fishing. And this is also wonderful. I heard some and the Buddhist peoples, some rich, they buy some lake, land, and then they do like this. Then there is those animals wonderfully, happily, like kind of relaxedly move. This kind of the great generosities, giving protection from the fear. And also buying back sheep on the way to the slaughters. Absolutely. Maybe it's like the butchers just before cutting the or chops the nail. At that moment you can to give money to buy. Like we can to imagine if someone's received death penalty, hanging, or like kind of the killing by guns or knives, chop the head, and the moment someone's to saved, how much we are happy. When I watch films, like some televisions, someone this happened. Of course, this is acting, but so happy, wonderful. Like this, also animals. Maybe it's the butchers killing those sheep or horse or cows, yaks. When they're killing their families, just watching, they cry, they're suffering. And yeah, today our owners, like one our father, mother, and they brought into the slaughter place, they killed. Maybe next time's ours, their children's. All those animals also has relative families. They can see it like this. One moment, if you saved, they are how much they happy. They kind of influence your long life, cured your like kind of the sickness, and a lot of like kind of the positive actions accumulation merits. And saving the life of the dying fish, maybe it's like kind of the killing, or maybe it's like kind of the some evaporated waters. And sometimes also saw in the YouTubes many Westerns very kindly. Sometimes they save a lot, help this kind of some problems animals, and more in the modern times. And understand that animals has same is the mind as humans. Then it's like more modern human beings. They more understand animals same as we are. Thanks. Appreciate. Like this. If you save them to kind and give warm heart to them, that is the great giving protection from the fear. And also it's like the worms, fly, and other creatures. And of course, even in our house, how many different insects, like worm, flies, there's many spider, cockroach, ant, so many different creatures. And do not to slaughter them. Try as much as you can to save. They are like kind of be in a house. When we see they are hiding, they are running, they are very much scaring to us because they are taking care of their life. If we kill to them, like same as someone's killing to us, we are killing animals. And that perspective, try to save as much as you can. Very important. This is also you give protection from the fear. And taking together these three generosities, the different kind of the generosities, like generosity of the materials, generosity of the Dharma, generosity of the protections from the fear, constitute a most essential point of the Tantric Samayas. In the Tantric Samayas, particularly, and for 5 Buddha families, their Samayas is very important. This quotation goes like this. In the vows of the 5 families, it says Buddha families, like Buddha Berusana, Vajrasattva, Rena Sambhava, Pema Sambhava, Karma Sambhava. Like these 5 Buddha's families quoting these vows. As the Samaya of the jewel families, particularly in the jewel south families, normally it's like the 5 Buddha families, each individual itself has 5, like 25. In the south jewel 5 Buddha families, according that, all wise practice the 4 kind of the generosities. 4 kind of the generosities. And these ones, of course, principally, we say it's like there's 3 basic we studied, and generosity of the material, generosity of the Dharma, generosity of protection from fear, and maybe generosity of the enlightenment. But maybe you can look this explanation in this text itself, okay? Like this, then now it's like that is the first transcendent of perfection, which is the generosity. Now next is a transcendent discipline. It's the most important. And when we get the Bodhisattva vows, and how many we have the discipline, principally here, this also has kind of the 3 aspects, undertake the 3. Transcendent discipline consists of the avoid negative actions. This is first one. Avoiding negative actions. To abandon negative actions. Or avoiding negative actions. Undertaking positive actions. Then, and bringing benefit to others. This 3 aspects, according to the discipline of the discipline. And then first, avoiding negative actions. Absolutely related to the body, speech, mind. This means rejecting like poison all 10 negative actions of the body, speech, and mind that are not direct towards the benefit others. If you do these 10 negative actions, 3 is related to the body, 4 is related to the speech, 3 is related to the mind. Together is the 10 negative actions. You do these 10 negative actions, never, ever, not direct towards the benefit for others. Never. These 10 negative actions should reject like same as poison. Of course, we don't want to eat poison. Like this, we consider 10 negative actions are absolutely like poison. Poison ourselves and poison to others. We take example like the 3 relate to the body. Killing, stealing, doing the sexual misconduct. You know these meanings, these 3 things. Someone's doing to us unpleasant, it is a poison. If we do others, exactly is poison, unpleasant. It is negative actions. And 4 verbally, speechly. Remember, lying. And it's like sowing discourse. Hard word, harsh word. And gossip chat. Nonsense, criticism, like to the others. These 4 are meaning you know very well. It's poison. Someone's doing to you is poison. We do others also poison. It's negative actions. 3 relate to the mind. Envious. And wishing like kind of the others become the bad. And wrong views. There are the someone has like this towards to us, it is poison. If we have towards others, also is poison. Very much negative actions. These 10 negative actions to has very clearly into our mind. We should to reject. If we act in these 10 negative actions, it's never ever any there is not benefit to the others. Nothing kind of the benefit. Maybe may you say, if there's someone is like negative actions, if we have such a compassion, then it's the benefit to others. Yes, that's true. But if you haven't got anyone to get yourself, fully your mind is influence of the compassion, then maybe most of them you have authority or permissions. But that is very difficult. Maybe some Bodhisattva level. You completely distort concerning yourself. But it's not necessarily to do. But in case you do, maybe it's positive. That's true. Like kind of the killing is compassionate captains killed black gangsters. And there's no like kind of the evil. But according to these actions, he is like kind of done lot of accumulation merit. But that is like very exceptional. For ours, we should take care. And this is like kind of we call the avoiding negative actions. And then is the second, undertaking positive actions. That is also is very easy. Principally, 10 positive actions relate to the body, speech, mind. Very important. For example, this means always creating as many sources of the good for the future as possible by always doing whatever positive actions you can, regardless of the how significant they may seem. Very smallest as much as you can. For example, you stop the killing and you give life to the others from the slaughters. You stop the stealing, more be like kind of generosities. And to stop the doing sexual misconduct, to be more self-moral discipline. And all the verbally negatives to stop, recite the mantras, and pray to the others, say good things. This sort of mentally to stop the negative, three negatives, more thinking, compassion, develop the wisdom, meditate on the creation stage, dissolutions. Wonderful, like this. This sort of, there's so many different type of the positives, good for the future possible, all the times. Any kind of the slut, regardless of the how significant they are seems. And therefore, we same as the common saying goes like this. This is kind of the idioms. Positive action just happen while our mouth or the hand are free. Negative action while we are move around or sit. This is like this. While our mouth and hand are free terms, as much as we can to do. When your mouth is free, you can recite mantra, pray, and say good things to others. It's positive. Your hand physically free, and also it's like kind of the Karimala, holding the Dharma wheel, help to the other sentient beings. Mind is free, and you meditate on the compassion and concerning to the other sentient being suffering, wanting to give happiness, taking like kind of other sentient being sufferings, or very much wish to eliminate sentient being sufferings. Negative action while we move around, of course we're running around, make it angry, how many we crush it, and how much we are killed under our feet. Ancient Buddha's followers, they never wearing shoes, they never run. You see in some many monks, they carry one flat sacks in the front. We call the chabral. Like inside small vase inside the water, this like kind of blessing the food. And this hanging here, maybe you can look at some holiness ancient when we were young. In the front there is one like kind of the hanging sack. That is kind of, you cannot run. This is like kind of, not cannot do like this. Just move when you walk in times. Why? It's a reminder to you. If you run, you crush many sentient beings. You kill many sentient beings. Therefore, sometimes we move too much, we are killing. And also sitting times, maybe you crush it under your, wherever you sit. Or maybe you settle your house, you settle your tent, you settle the picnic, you settle the like putting the some on the ground. How much you like kind of whenever you sit and preparing of the sitting, and all the times there's kind of the killing things. Only by always checking with great mindfulness, vigilance, and cares. These three things, mindfulness, vigilance, and cares. And also mindfulness is like kind of the remembers. Vigilant is like kind of the cognitive, conscious. Care is like kind of be very gentle, soft. This is only like checking with this kind of your remembers, what you need to remind us, like mindfulness or reminder, to remember the sentient beings' sufferings. You remember the result of the positive and negatives, and to think about the positive, to stop any kind of the harm things, benefit for the others, to remember the negative actions, like kind of the constant poisons, gentle to remember and to stop. And mindfulness helped by the vigilance and cares. Vigilance is very much precise, very much kind of the authentic way. Never do the like kind of the crazy way. And also it's like the cares. Each moment you care. When you care means you have vigilance. Very much to be a life of your wisdom or the mindfulness. Not distracted your minds. That is the vigilant. And you have like this, then it's like caring. Like when you drive, you have mindfulness, you remember all the rule of the traffic. You have the vigilant, how you can to drive, how you can to go gently, not fast, not slow, not hitting, and all the like kind of gently you never against the traffic or the road rules. And each moment you have coordinated mindfulness, vigilance, you have care mind, careful. How's going on? Light, indication, front, back, like this. And we need this kind of the attentive attention, authentic intention for the daily activities, body, speech, mind. And by try hard to do good and remain and refrain from the evils. To analyze what is right and what is wrong, negative and positives. To have perfect mindfulness, vigilance and carefuls. All the times try to do positive, good actions and transforms or the kind of the put effort to reject, get rid of any kind of from the evil things. Can you avoid committing any serious negative actions? Even while simply amusing yourself, even you are playing according to your body, verb, minds. You're very much gentle to others. Amusing yourself means it's like when you are playing, even. you really avoid any committing any kind of serious negative actions, even during the simple amusing yourself times. It is very important. That is the we need. Otherwise, I think these quotations, they says go like this. This is maybe this quotation, can you searching it? But I think there's one is a sutta is called the Tsom. The sutta of the collections. Like Tsom is poetic, many different verses collected. Buddha, he visited different place, different give advice. And then he give this his collections. Is called the Tsom. Maybe it's comes from the sutta of the Tsom. Can you check? It says, do not take slightly small misdeed, believing they can do no harm. Even a tiny sparkle of fire can set alight a mountain of the haze. And maybe you believe small misdeed, it's okay. This is I accidentally vacant one spired cockroach. I went outside, killed one ant. Or I did something, but it's okay. Never to think like this. If you believe like this, there is saying, the examples may be small sparkles of the fires, and it can make the cause to burn like a mountain of the haze is grass, can't burn. And like this, always put this advice into your practice daily. And to remember, this is Buddha's, his own word. And apply, concentrate, mindfulness, vigilant, and carefully. You will eventually acquire an unimaginable store of positive action in the source of your everyday activities. There is one Tibetan word. Look, can you very carefully hear it? This one I can't see the good kind of the translations. Here I think Pemakaras, your everyday activities. And if you all the times to keep this advice, Buddha, what he says in the Sutta of the Tsom, and the smallest misdeed, you think ignore or not believe. There's examples. Small sparkle of the fire can burn mountain of the grass. Like these small negative misdeeds can destroy a lot positive things. Therefore, you should to keep this advice. Constantly to have mindfulness, vigilant, careful, and do like this, then eventually, whatever you're doing, whenever time on one's spare times, whenever time in one's spare times, like you're doing something, but beside that, also you have this kind of mindfulness, vigilance, careful, naturally, automatically, is unimaginable store of the positive actions. And this is your daily doing activities every day, and beside that, this example is how it is. Simply showing respect when you come across a pile of the money stones, by taking of your hat and working round it, keeping it on your right, of course in the Buddhist way, and applying the three supreme methods can lead unerringly to the perfect enlightenment. This kind of the when you are traveling to see monastery, stupa, or even the many stones, any kind of representative of the three jewels, Buddha's body, speech, mind, or Buddha, Dharma, Sanghas. Very important to take off your heart. It is true in Tibet, and you respect to like this. Whenever you go to see the monastery, Lama, like kind of the statues, never wearing hat. All the time they take out the hat. If you are wearing a hat, you go to there to see the Lama or to see the some statue, go to in the temple, is very arrogant. It sometimes has such negative karmas. Because it's not kind of, for the three jewels doesn't matter. If you are not respect for your perspective, the object is very important, you influence. Therefore, to have such respect actions, take out hat, and even go around. It's true. If you go to Tibet, everywhere stupas, many stones. When you are traveling, they never go the wrong way. They all the time is right. Sometimes 3 times, 7 times they will go round. Recite the money. Even the single money stones, they do like this. And of course, Pombo is the anti-clock. And Buddhist is the clock way, like this. Keep it on your right and apply the 3 supreme methods. And like you can to begin to generate the generating application Bodhicitta, hence by no conceptualization, dedications. Even you are like a single money stone to run, like making the single sunku ambulations. This is enhanced by these 3 supreme methods. It's like imaginative, here is inconceivable, leading unerring to the perfect enlightenment. Absolutely, to make the seed into your mind. And therefore, in this also this it says also, I think is the Tsom. Do not take light, small, like kind of lightly, small good deeds, believing they can hardly help. For drop of the water, one by one, in time can fill in giant pots. It is true. And small things, or today I recited one single Mani Padme Hum, and that is just one single like small, this good deeds. I don't believe too much helps it. It helps. There is the example for the drop of like waters, like leaking waters. When you immediately you listened, maybe and leaking water into the giant pot, like one by one. But slowly, it's one is times the giant pot is came to fill up. Like this. And here is the main purpose is like smallest negative misdeeds you should to avoid as much as you. And also smallest of the positive things, even the single money stones, you should to go make a circumambulation. Each moment your free mouth recite the money, mantras, prayers. If there is in the mind, you have free from the thoughts. You need to think, generate bodhicitta, develop wisdoms. And mouthly, at least like moment, like pray, recite things. Like this, that is like kind of the positive, small positives, how much is the result. Small negative things, how much result. That now we know very well. Then therefore we need to stop to drink coffee and tea. Okay, thank you. 15 minutes. We can do post. Ha ha.